Hi, this is Brianna with EDAD 606 Journal number 3. The quote, "Every workplace is plagued with manipulative people who use emotion to create conflict in order to cover up for their lack of substance," has been true in my workplace experience. One such example is with a coworker who was originally on our sixth grade team. She was on the sixth grade team for 1 year, and during that year, there was much conflict between her and the two other teachers on the grade level. She consistently accused them of bullying her, of not being a team player with her, not sharing lesson plans, not sharing supplies with her. She would consistently go to other teachers on our school site as well as administration crying over the fact that they were not being fair to her. Our leadership's decision was to move her from the sixth grade team to the fifth grade team so she could avoid the conflict with the sixth grade teachers and get a new start on a new team. As soon as the next school year started, she seemed to have the same issues with the fifth grade team. She was already in the office crying about them bullying her about not being a team player. Our administration just kind of blew it off and told her, well, CC us on email communication you have with them, and never really addressed the issue of why, with two different grade levels, was she having the same issues. Some things I think principals and school leaders can do to ensure that communication or emotions don't create unnecessary conflict is to make sure that there's, as the tips from Myatt say, define acceptable behavior. What is acceptable behavior on campus with teachers and with staff? And also to develop communication guidelines. How is information being communicated? Is it through email? Is it through staff meetings? And making sure that that is consistent and that all staff members receive the communication at the same time so that nothing is word of mouth and nothing gets misconstrued as it passes through teachers. And also making sure that emotions stay out of it, putting yourself in an emotional check when talking with teachers and staff members about issues. The tip from Myatt that I believe would be the easiest for me would be to define acceptable behavior. It's already something that I do in my classroom with my students in defining what is acceptable behavior for them in the classroom and what is not. I lay it out very clearly for them and show them the consequences of the behaviors. And also, I'm very established routines in our classroom. This is how we communicate. This is the systems and procedures we have in place. So I feel moving into an administrative level, that one would be the easiest. Defining procedures, defining communication guidelines, and defining acceptable behavior for the staff. The hardest one that I think will be for me in Myatt's tips is to hit conflict head on. I'm naturally someone who shies away from conflict, and it's something I am working on. I'd rather avoid it or find a way around working on it, either through someone else. So I'm learning that I need to hit it head on and to approach it before it gets worse. Because usually the more that you avoid it or you try to work around it, the bigger it gets and the harder it is to deal with once you actually have to handle it.